Hello,
We back.
and welcome to
Humbly
Loud.
That sounds like Antoine Mayweather. Y'all ever seen The Living Color? We might be too old, but yeah. Anyways.
Hated it.
Every bit of it. Okay, we're done.
Oh,
Let's get
let's
on.
do this. Let's do
Be
this.
focused.
All right, all
For my
right.
serious face.
And whew. All right. So today we're going to talk about safe space.
Safe space.
Ooh. As I know, we like to laugh, we like to cut up. Safe space is a very serious topic, but I just really want y'all to understand how we're going to approach this. We want you to feel comfortable when it comes to putting those comments, hitting us in the DMs, looking for advice, we're not experts by all means. We're not police officer. We can't save your day. We can't save your day at all, okay? But let us know how you feel. Let us know. Interact with us.
Yes. Okay. All right, so where'd you want to go with safe space today?
All right.
What were you thinking?
So first, let's talk about what is a safe space.
Somewhere where you're comfortable and you don't have to look over your shoulder and question people that you're around, your environment.
Ooh. This is going to be a very touchy subject for some of you. It might be a trigger, so we're going to put this right here at the bottom. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. All right. Yes, so a safe space. That dramatic pause.
I think, because when he thinks I have something to say, I ask myself these questions when I'm walking into a scenario environment, for instance, a dance studio. Why did I choose that studio to attend, to train at? And then further down the line, if I'm still there, why am I still there? Should I still be here or should I move on? So I do self-assessments when I say safe space for myself, and just learning my mental health needs to be in check now. So what is a safe space for you? What does that look like? Have you even found one?
Are you questioning yours?
Yeah,
now?
your current one. Are you questioning where you're at right now? If so, why?
And remember, your safe space is your safe space, not anyone else's. It's yours. All right?
I believe, and I'll say which environment I'm working in within dance right now, heavily into dance studio work and working with youth 18 and under, right? So a safe space is always in the forefront of my mind when I'm teaching the children I work with. And as an adult, me growing up in the industry and then taking classes, I'm going to be honest with you, I never really questioned, was I in a healthy environment?
And sometimes for me too, I could relate on all of that because not only do I also, work with the youth, I also work with adults. So those two safe spaces look very different. And please, I will understand this, kids, man. Adult safe space is not a child safe space. When I mean this respectfully, when I say stay in a child's lane, and as long as you can.
Yeah.
As long as you can. It is okay. We grow up. We want to touch other people's lanes and see what that looked like. But just embrace your lane as long as you can until you can no longer, and then move on from that.
I like that. Embrace your lane.
Yes, embrace it. You
Be
have
okay
to.
where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, I also, what you said is very important, the mental health aspect of finding that safe space and knowing that, was this a safe space this whole time? That could be very tricky because I want to say this by all means. If you feel comfortable in a space and you feel safe in that space, but if you see that the space is harming other people, I want you to know that is not a safe space. It is not. I know it's a little contradiction to what I said about earlier, that a safe space is your safe space, right? But that's in private. But if you're sharing safe spaces with other people, that could be very tricky and touchy because you may be comfortable in a space.
Yeah.
And this actually going to segue into my first question is for you. Was there ever a situation where you thought a space was safe for you? However, you realize it was toxic for others. Did you stick around because you were comfortable? If not, how do you navigate with removing yourself or those other people away from that space?
Oh my goodness. That's professional. So I'm not going to say the location, time, or era it was in, but most definitely. And I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I am an African American woman in an industry at the time was heavily populated with women that did not look like me. I'm gonna say that much. So I'm in a space where, yes, everybody loved what they were doing, but then when it got time to talk about where do you put Dreama, what do you put her in, what does her makeup look like, all these little things that you think are not so important, and people that are maybe not as educated in what to do with you, how comments are made and stuff, slowly start to eat away at you. Put Dreama in the middle. Why? I start questioning that. Was it because of my color? Put that color on. We don't know what color lipstick. Just do. And then it became a thing of I don't feel comfortable in this environment, wishing that I had someone to advocate for me. And that was like 15, 16, 17 years old. So moving forward, I said to myself, I always want to be there. A few teachers I look up to, but I always want to be a teacher that I never had. And it takes 2 seconds to get to know a kid or an adult situation on a surface level to relate to them better while transferring movement to them or a message you want in the class. So get to know who you're working with to help create that space. May it be, hey, what's your name? Glad to see you in class again. Or those little moments help create that environment.
Those small moments.
So yeah, there's definitely been times where, or I've sat back and watched it not be a safe space. I'm like, okay, yo, who do I need to talk to?
Right.
And this was an instance about calling out someone for their weight and being in ballet. If that person loved ballet and they were amazing at it, any physical aesthetic shouldn't have been brought into the equation, or at least in the manner it was. And I knew it was wrong. I was like, my teacher's not an expert in human anatomy or certified in that. Why was that comment made about her aesthetic?
Right.
So I'm in class. For the rest of the class, that kind of threw me off on, are we going to jump this teacher? No. But I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, this may not be where I want to continue learning this genre of dance.
Right.
So, but that's definitely been a thing. And I'm going to be very honest with you all at home and you. I have seen people, phenomenal artists, talent, quit because they were no longer in a safe space. They no longer were in a healthy environment to grow as a person and as an artist, so they quit cold turkey. I know one person now, she's a zookeeper.
Oh, I want to touch on this so bad. I want to touch on this.
Go for it.
Yeah, do it. All right.
So yeah, that's a good question.
It's something I want y'all to think about too, because for our viewers, sometimes you could get in a level, you worked hard to become whoever you become, and you could be at this level of power and you share this power with other individuals, but then there's newcomers or younger people who are now in your space, and you're trying to do the legit way, but then you know that others are not treating that space the same way that you're treating the space. So now you have to really look at it and see, like, okay, what conversations need to be held?
Well, let me ask you this: conversations with who?
Both.
Okay.
Do you really want to be in this? Do you really want to be in a space? No. You don't start with, do you want to really be in this? You start with, how are you feeling?
Yep. Before you even walk through the door.
Before you even walk through, how you feeling?
Yeah, because your headspace not even ready to move at all.
If I'm sharing this space with you, especially me, I really feel energy so well. I really want to know where you at.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How you doing?
Yeah.
Are you liking this? What's wrong?
Everybody's not doing that though.
Everybody's not having those conversations because they are trying so hard to fit in, to prove that they're worth it.
Yeah.
And you said something. I've seen so many talented people who have entered a space that market themselves as greatness.
Yeah.
But then once they join this, they get beat up, they get down, their self-esteem falls, and then they no longer have no passion of being having anything to do with the arts.
Oof.
And the arts is such a very opinionated
Oh,
matter
gosh.
because
Yes.
it's really all about expression,
It is.
self-expression. If your self-esteem look low, your art is going to look low.
What's that? Say that again.
Oh, I'm getting better on my babe.
Say that again.
All right.
If you're,
if your self-esteem is low, your art is going to be low. All right?
done.
Art is it's based on expression. It's based on feelings. It's based on
That was
emotions.
good. That was a good one.
So it's going to reflect how you feel. It's always going to reflect how you feel.
Most definitely.
How you put on to other people. And being working with adults is so different than working with children. And you have to understand that they're different.
Yes.
Regardless of this is the same industry, we are in two different spaces.
You don't come at the same.
You cannot come at people the same way.
No.
And now that's these children, and I'm also, I could say that on my end too, that I could teach adults one way, and I have to know how to communicate with kids. You have to know their, I don't want to say like love language, like friendship language.
You do.
Yeah,
Like, I just learned a new word. It's ballerina cafanina.
Explain a little bit.
I don't know. It took me and I learned.
Yeah, that's the part about it. It's like communicate. Listen, you have to understand that.
Cappuccino ballerina.
Cappuccino. They probably put it in.
Cappuccino. But yes, but knowing
you
how to
have
talk
to
to different
know
audiences.
you have to know how to talk to different audiences because the sensitivities that are at place. Adult is more so responsible for their own actions.
Most definitely.
A kid can be responsible for their actions. However, you have to take account for the parent as well. The other staff members that are here as well.
Yes.
And sometimes kids are going through school. Like adults have got their lives too.
Yeah.
Adults have their lives too. But kids are in a more open space of learning, absorbing, becoming who they're going to become as an adult.
Most definitely.
So you want to make sure you're still a positive role model to their kids and being a positive role model to adults. Because adults going to see you at a pure, this is life-to-life experience.
Yes,
I know you could feel me because
most definitely.
You're an adult now.
Most definitely. I will say, I'm going to say this, especially with kids, they come to teachers like us as an outlet.
Yes.
Not an inlet, not a punishment. And I want to touch on this with you. Here's my question. What do you consider constructive, correction and criticism, and then harmful?
Okay, there is a difference between construction and harmful. Verbiage, for one. You suck. You're trash. You basura.
Yeah.
It's totally different than you. I think you could improve on this.
Yes.
You're doing well here, but you should continue working on these little aspects.
Love. Okay.
Harmful criticism doesn't come with explanation.
I asked this question because I feel a lot of people stayed in spaces too long not knowing the difference. That's why I wanted to touch on that.
Yes.
Constructive criticism and feedback as opposed to beating someone down over and over again without seeing a light at the end of the tunnel.
And there should be conversation when you're giving construction feedback.
Most definitely.
There should be a conversation there. There should be this, and you should be able to reflect something back, and then there's a response to what you can do to help that. Feedback can come with solutions. Feedback could come with protocol you should put in place to get better.
Yes.
Like those type of things when it comes to criticism or feedback, that developmental criticism.
Yes.
It's so easy to slip through a crack and think that harmful criticism is the positive criticism you need to get better. Man, it's not. It's not.
I'll use myself as an example. I had to check myself working with a group and knowing the group but not knowing the group at the time, right? But I know how to read a room. I can see how people feed off me and vice versa. And I gave a correction, but the way I gave it was very abrasive. And I saw this one dancer's face completely drop.
Right.
And so she stopped performing the same way. I made a mental note after we were done with rehearsal to go find her, pull her aside, and one, see if I had anything to do with it.
Right.
And then if I did, to apologize. Another part of creating a safe space
You about to
is
say accountability? Accountability. Oh, that accountability. I felt you.
You have to be okay with saying when you're wrong. You have to be okay with saying, thank you for that. Let me go work on it. Or, whoa, I need to check myself. You would be surprised at the amount of individuals, especially adults, that I've run across and worked with that will not agree on that they need to improve on anything. And so in that instance, I recognize it for what it is and kind of have to melt away in the background because that's not where I'm at. I want people to be like, yo, Dream, check yourself. Or that's good, but maybe try this next time and not take offense to it.
Yeah.
Actually try it.
Especially from people you care about.
Oh, that might be the hardest.
That's the hardest. It's the hardest, but it's the realest.
Yep.
Because the people who you care about the most, if they're giving you that accountability checkup,
yes,
that is the time you know that this person probably don't understand what you're doing or probably don't even get, or if they do get, then their feedback isn't because of jealousy, envy. It's not any of that.
No.
It's because they care about you. And then now there's a two-way street about this. It's a two-way street about friendships too. When you receive this feedback and you give it back, how do they receive it?
Watch it. See what it looks like.
See what it looks like.
Yep. Because if you get a neck roll or you trip it, you might want to reevaluate that connection or that relationship. And we're speaking from a place of we're not old, but we're older, and we know what has worked for us and what does not.
Right.
And I'm speaking for me, and I'm pretty much can say this for Teddy. We practice accountability.
Yeah.
And it's huge. It's huge as far as developing character.
Yeah.
As a dancer, as a teacher, as a choreographer, as an artist, as a visionary, you have to sit back and say, because you work with people, what can I do better?
Yeah. And when you're finding that safe space, you have to really ask yourself, what do I want out of this safe space?
Oh, that was on here.
That
was on there. You got me. What do you want?
We're really psychic on this one right now.
What do you want out of this safe space or this opportunity moving forward? Have your own expectations before you walk in the door. Sometimes it's okay to say, yeah, let's just YOLO, let's go do it. But then if this is a career you're trying to build, excuse me, you have to give yourself some expectations going in. Expectations for yourself as the dancer artist going in, and expectations from your teacher, choreographer. If you're not asking questions or asking for feedback or engulfing yourself in that experience of class, that may not be for you. That may not be the space you're supposed to be in.
And just to add on, research.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, come into where you're about to go to with some expectations, but also know what you're about to go into. Do that research.
Yes.
Find out what you need to find out. If you're going in blind, then yes, have all the expectations you need.
Yep.
And if they don't meet one, if a red flag alert, then please remove yourself. And it's okay to remove yourself.
It is. Oh, I think we could talk about this all night. We really could. It is okay to say this is not for me.
Yeah.
I think my young self, I needed to tell my younger self that. I've stayed in situations and environments longer than I was supposed to.
Yeah, same here. It became to a part because I care about people so much that I stayed into a space pouring my heart into it when it wasn't filling my heart up.
There was a hole somewhere.
It was a hole somewhere. Yep. And no offense to anybody else, but because you're such a strong person, they didn't think anything was wrong.
Oh my gosh, but then you get home.
Then you go home and you like, man, I wish somebody could just text me and just tell me thank you, or you did well, or you need anything, or give you that mental check to just because that's what I do. I know sometimes when I work with people and I feel like they're having a bad night, I'm gonna check up on you. I know you're home now, but you good? I'm just checking up on you. But I think that's just how I am. I know everybody else isn't how that is, but I like to have, not saying them tight ends, but I want to make sure that when we get back into the same space, we're both good.
Yes, and then I think there are a few times you've done that when I first met you and we started to get closer. I'm like, this is weird. Oh, this is actually more of what I need.
You know what? I got that a lot. It wasn't me being intrusive because this was a new space for me. So whoever I was working with, whoever I was dancing with, I know for a fact that I was like, what you need help in? Because I when I first moved here, me and I could give a little story on mine, say how I created my safe space here, or my safe tribe, or however that, which is still your safe space is it's organic. It's gonna continuously grow or change or remove whatever you got to do. But everybody who I talked to, I just wanted to be part of the community, and it was like, okay, let me find out what's going on within this community. Let me pop up at these events. Everybody's so dancey, and then I start meeting the teachers and current leaders here, and I was like, oh, I like you. I like her. I like him. He's cool. He's a little aggressive. Okay. You know what? I don't know if I'm buying all of that.
Yeah.
But he's funny. He's funny. I'm gonna stick around with that one. And then I was like, when it comes to you, and I was like, you know what? I see that you're very busy. What can I do to help you out? You came in late. Can I help you catch up on something you need to do? You need a sub? You sound like you're stressful. You need anything
that
I can do to help
way.
you. And I not selfishly, it was me trying to understand the community.
That's
but
smart,
also
though. It's smart doing it that way.
But also it was like I really need to. I'm only here with my brothers, and my mom moved here like a couple of years before I did. So it was just like I'm kind of just understanding. I'm here about to do my corporate America stuff, but I want to get back into dancing. So let me find out what energy.
Oh, did you do it in a big way?
Yeah.
You ain't here.
and I think that probably made my original safe space so welcoming when it become, I know this person, and sometimes your safe space it's better when you don't really know the person.
Yes.
But once you start understanding these people, that safe space can modify, it can alter, and it's like it's going to. And you grow, and then you find out what your thing is, and what's your competitive advantage when it comes to your brand that we spoke on a previous episode. So and this is my note for other adults who are trying to find their space within a fresh community, is scope it out. You can't go to in one class is not going to tell you what a community looks like. Those events, the energy you feel dancing with these people, that is going to tell you what this energy is feel. People want overnight knowledge, like acknowledgement.
Yes.
They want that. They want, I came here, I could dance. Y'all look at me.
You're there for the wrong reason.
No, you're not.
You didn't come there to train.
That's not going to be your safe space.
No.
If you're really good, they're going to really just drain your energy. They're going to drain your energy. It is no disrespect.
Facts.
They're going to drain your energy because you don't know what you want to do with your energy. So it's like I'm just spreading myself.
If you have no direction for what you're wanting out of your career, but you're a phenomenal dancer,
they're going to pull you everywhere.
Suck and dry, gone. So feedback here. Here's what we want to know. What do you look for when going into a environment that you're wanting to grow from? What do you consider a safe space? We want to know in the comments. What's your safe space? What does that look like? What do you think our dance community needs more of? And then highlight some of the things that are amazing within the dance community as far as safe spaces. We want to know.
Yeah.
So.
All ages.
Yes. I know some of my students follow me.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I'm a fool on my page, so I know if some of them follow, they like to bring it back up in class and stuff. So, question to you then, because you have worked with adults. You have been working with adults, and you have also been working with the youth, kids, teens.
Yep.
When it comes to creating a safe space, what is one thing you want to tell a kid?
Yes.
One thing you want to tell an adult?
Okay.
When it comes to mentorship within these safe spaces?
I would say, here's your test. When you take a class and you're done with the class and you see the teacher has an open window of opportunity to speak to them, go ask, hey, if you notice anything I could work on, what is it? Even if they don't have a correction for you, see how they receive you. That'll let you know, if you're welcome, if this is a good environment for you to be learning from that person continuously. That's my child bracket and adult bracket. Adult-wise, when you're in class, move around. I've seen so many adult classes where the training is prevalent, and I know exactly where each dancer is going to stand
Same.
when they show up. Get uncomfortable and switch it up and get to know who is teaching that class. You don't actually need to get direct mentorship from a teacher. You can be listening to notes they're giving someone else and make them applicable to you. I think a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, this is one of my pet peeves. When I'm teaching class and I hear people talking because someone asks a question, that might be a question you have. And that might be something you could have been growing from, but you over here talking about, I guess your bra strap fell or whatever else is happening, but that was a teachable moment. So a mentorship may not just be directly one-on-one.
Right.
It might be just that teacher is phenomenal and they're throwing out nuggets left and right, and you should be getting them and holding on to them. That's mentorship.
And that also builds a safe space within the dance, not just the dance class, for that dance studio, for the dance community, for
Most
whoever
definitely.
attracts to that little area right there.
Yes.
And that moment of time, even if it's an hour, people will know that if the teacher was stand up and say, hey, this isn't fair for you to do this,
Yes.
that is affecting other people.
That's a good place to be in.
That's a good place to be in.
You got a teacher check in the room, I'm here for it.
That's a good place to be in.
I'm here for it. I'm big on that. Yeah, so I would say this one and the same. But you should know when you walk in a room, and don't be there for, I always say this to my youth students, friendships that you make within the dance community are a happenstance. That's an added bonus. You are there to train. If it's 45 minutes to an hour and a half, that's precious time of you learning. And then if the friendships come with it or after it, extra win, yes? But know why you're in class.
Yeah.
It's not a meetup on the floor. Now, when it says that's the end, class is done,
Right.
y'all chalk it up, have a good time. But knowing when to celebrate and when to be in the zone. And I will also say this. This is actually my last little note before anything you might want to say.
Okay.
Check yourself to make sure you're contributing to the safe space.
Whew. That is important.
I see a lot of people like, it's you. You saw what she did? He always does this. But are you helping or hurting a problem or the environment? Self-assess.
That's really important to talk about self-assessment, because a lot of the times you don't realize that you've probably harmed or done damage to the safe space that originally was yours.
Yep.
So sometimes you could be the problem. So you have to think about those things when it comes to creating that safe space or maintaining a safe space. And that safe space could change instantly. All right. So we touched on a lot of conversations when it comes to creating a safe space,
Yes.
finding that safe space. And it's so much that we could talk about that we want to table this right now and expand it for future episodes. And we would love to bring a guest or a person who have experienced a toxic space and how they navigated themselves out, or owners of spaces that are considered space and the challenges they have to do to maintain these safe spaces.
Yes.
Not just for themselves, but for their business, for their demographic.
I think hearing it from some of our local leaders in the community too, not just us, it's going to resonate with how you move in the future when it comes to picking a dance home. So bringing in other people, y'all, we need to do it. So it's going to get done.
And to wrap this up, we're going to have our words of encouragement to you. My closing notes is you have to build a healthy space. You have to know when to remove yourself from spaces, which is the hardest part. So at any time you question yourself or question a space, regardless of how good it looks for anybody else, if it doesn't feel right for you, remove yourself, reevaluate, and if it is not the path you want to go, it is okay to remove yourself.
Ooh, good. So good. And I'm going to add to what Tedrick just said. In order to create a safe space, you have to become that safe space and hold on to it. What do I mean by that? If you know you are a ball of light, this happy, positive energy, and you walk into a situation or environment that isn't so much that, don't become that. keep your light. If you feel you're about to get drained, like Tedrick said, moonwalk out of the situation because you're wasting time, right? If you are that light, continue to be the light. Be your own safe space first and keep your boundaries what they are. And I promise you, you are going to thrive wherever you end up in life.
Yes. So we would love to hear your comments, love to hear your experiences. Hit us
Yes.
up in the comments, in the DMs. Just let us know. And as a part of the Florida Dance Matters community, we just wish you a safe space.
Safe space. See you. Humbly loud, baby.
Peace.